What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Lady Miz, and
Right.
and this is from the Ground Up Productions. And today we have a super dope legend in the building. Well, he's not technically in the building because y'all know we doing this virtually, but we got King Charlie Prince, y'all, a veteran in the game. We about to get into this interview real quick. Check it out. No. What's good, everybody? It's your girl, Lady Miz, and I'm rocking with
Ray was good.
And this is from the Ground Up Productions. And today we got a super dope, very talented artist in the building, a legend of hip hop. What's good, King Charlie Prince?
What's up? What's up, Queen? What's going on?
Good.
So, listen, you know you a legend in this game. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You have stuff out that a lot of people repeat, and some people probably don't even know that they repeating. You know what I mean? They don't even know who stuff they getting it from. So I want the people to get to know you, a pioneer of hip hop. I want them to know everything you got going on, what you did before, and what you got coming up. So first, tell the people where you from, and then what you do.
I am originally from the Boogie Down Bronx.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay. BX in the building. I've been in the business for over 30 years. I'm a pioneer. I started out on Reality Records, went to Profile Records, then I went to Daniel Records, and then I started doing my own thing. My first recording was a song called It's Life, You Got to Think Twice, which
Okay.
started out on Reality Records. Then Profile decided to pick it up. And Profile was the label where Run DMC, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and all, there was a whole lot of people on Profile Records. But then what happened was Profile Records started boosting up Run DMC so much with Suck MCs, it kind of like took our song out the Dropbox.
Oh, Run DMC, huh? They knocked it off.
When they came out with Suck MCs, we had a song out called It's Life, You Gotta Think Twice, and WBLS used to play it on regular rotation. And you know, when we first did that song, it was like, we felt like the Five Heartbeats. You know, when they heard their song on the radio, we started jumping up, we started calling everybody. We're like, yo, turn to WBLS, you know.
You're on the radio, that's right.
You know, and we was happy, you know, and it was a regular rotation thing. But what happened was Suck MCs came out right afterwards, right behind it with that boom, da, 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 boom, da, da, da. Next thing you know, we was out of the slot.
Oh, man.
We was there. So we was like, okay, it's time for us to go back in the studio. And
Okay.
then we went back to the studio, then we recorded Request Line. And when we did the Request Line, it was like, okay, we need a flip side.
Mm-hmm.
So we came up with The Roof is on Fire. I wrote that song quick in the studio because we needed something.
Oh, okay, because I was going to ask you about that, the roof is on fire, because that's definitely something you know everybody know, and everybody somehow, some way will mention that statement in their song, that term, the roof is on fire. So what made you write that?
You know, to tell you the truth, I don't know why I wrote it. It was just a rap. It was like 3 verses in the song. And I just decided to just say that at the end, you know, because
Wow.
it wasn't in the hook. It was
Mhm.
just at the end. But everybody thought it was just a party chant, but it was really a song because they never heard it in the hooks. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? So let me go back a little bit on It's Life You Gotta Think Twice. Now, when we first did It's Life You Gotta Think Twice, before that, we was doing like shows, you know, with people like Old Crush and uh, Fantastic Five and people like them.
Okay.
But,
More
but
pioneers in the game.
right, but we started doing shows like in New Haven, Connecticut. So people really never heard of us. But when we got back, we decided to start doing shows in places in the Bronx and Manhattan and Harlem World and places like that. And the funny thing about that was we was listening to other groups and we started getting ideas, and then we used to come with the white and black suits on stage, like like
Oh, okay.
yeah,
GQ.
the Fantastic Five. We had our little dance steps, on the stage and stuff like that. Because we was watching other people, you know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes.
And,
And that's how it was too, I think back then, where it was thought through. You practiced it, you was getting the show.
right. We used to listen to other groups, and we used to take like singers, and we used to take their song, but we would change the lyrics, like I'll give you a perfect example. Like, remember that song by Luther Vandross when he did that, I just don't wanna stop.
Yes.
We took his song and we were like, it's time to go and it's about that time we end our party. So come on, y'all, just clap your feet and shake your body.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So we just had a hip hop beat under it, and
Yes.
we used to do it as a routine, So we used to do a lot of people's songs as routines, and that's how we started connecting. And it was a guy who was opening up a store. Well, it was a Burger King. It was across the street from my projects, the building I was in.
Mm-hmm.
And they changed the Burger King to a place called Your Spot. And he needed some artists. He needed some people to perform there. So we was one of them. And Rockmaster Scott, at the time, wasn't our DJ. We had a DJ named Cool D. But what happened was we won the battle when it came to Scott MCs.
Okay.
And what happened was the next day after we beat them in the battle, Scott met us and said he wanted to be down with us instead. In other words, he like
he just switched gears on him. You see how he rolling on y'all real quick?
We put him down and everything. Then we started rehearsing and everything. The DJ that we had at the time, he wasn't really with us like that because he was too busy doing his other things and stuff. I ain't gonna say what, but he was doing other things. But after we formed the group, it was Rockmaster Scott and the Dynamic Three, and it's funny because we was the main topic, Dynamic Three, and one of the group members was like, "Why his name got to be on the top?" You know what I'm saying? Like,
somebody had an issue, huh? With it.
Yeah, it was like, what? And I said, well, it'll be like Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So we just end up keeping it that way. Rockmaster Scott, the Dynamic Three. That's when the owner of the club, he was like, he called us one time and said he needed us to come to Unique Recording Studio and bring a song. We didn't have a song, so we got on a D train and we just had our little book. I was writing the song. And when we got there, it was called It's Life, You Gotta Think Twice. And that's when we was reading off the paper in the studio. And after we finished doing it, then he gave us a copy of a cassette tape and told us we're gonna have to come back because we're gonna have to master these lyrics where we can just, and say it right,
Right.
So we took the tape home.
Let me ask you a question. You said that y'all did like you were doing other songs like Luther Vandross and switching it up. Did you feel, and do you still feel like in the industry, when you're trying to break through in the music industry, you kind of got to do something that's familiar to what people already know in order to get them listening? Do you think that was something that had to be done or not necessarily?
No, not necessarily, but I always had a thing that whenever we got on the stage, I always tell people all the time, don't just get on the stage. Have a nice introduction.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if your show performance is whack and your stage introduction is hot, they're going to remember that.
Right.
They're going to be like, well, he was all right, but the way he came on stage,
That's it, y'all. Just have a good introduction to damn everything else.
I would come out on somebody like Be Fast. No, not Be Fast. What's that brother that did that song? What was that party joint?
Which one?
Everybody get your hands up. I would come out on something like that, even though it ain't my song. But if I know it's a hit, I'm gonna use that
right.
as an intro to come out.
To get them hyped up.
Right. And that's the key. I tell people that all the time. You got to have an intro and an outro. Everything else, you do what you do. But yeah. But anyway, when we did record our first song, "It's Life You Gotta Think Twice," like I said, it came out, and you know, my mother got excited. Everybody, mothers was excited. And it was cool. We heard it on the radio, but then when we did Request Line, it was funny because when we did "The Roof Is on Fire" on the side B, because it's funny because we was young. My mom, she's a Christian lady, and she was happy that we did the song. She ran to her girlfriend's house because she was a Christian, and she played Request Line and bragged about it. So when she played the flip side,
did you get kicked out?
Yo, she ran out the house happy and came back with an attitude.
I should have never flipped it over to the B side.
What you doing cussing on the song? So I cleaned it up. I said, Mom, we just said "The Roof Is on Fire." I said the audience said that part. So
my God.
So we got through with that and things like that. Now,
so what influenced you to even want to get into the industry? What made you say this is what I want to do?
Because when I used to be in junior high school, I used to see guys in the back of the hallways rapping and breakdancing and things like that. And you know, I wanted to be down. You know, I wanted to do this. So I'm like, okay. Well, so what I did was, since I couldn't, my mom didn't want me to go to the clubs and stuff like that because she said back then it was bad. So I used to get access to the cassette tapes. And everybody who was famous, I used to, I'm going to say it, I used to bite rhymes.
But, hey.
I used to take people's rhymes and I used to practice it, and then I go to a battle and I would go and use it, and they would think it's mine, and they would say, but some people knew I got it from the show.
He said, I know this shit again because I already know.
Exactly. So I was jacking rhymes for a minute until one day I decided to write my own stuff for real. You know, but I had to use that. I had to use that to get in, you know what I'm saying?
Gosh.
But before I was an MC, I started out as a crate carrier. I used to, you know, I used to
DJ, like the crate for the records?
DJ, I carried the crate.
He says that I got to work my way up to that part.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I did. I carried the crate. There was a famous brother in the neighborhood who was a DJ, and everybody knew him. So when I used to go to the parks, because that was the closest I can go to a jam. So when I went to the park, I used to be behind the rope. I used to be outside the rope, and I used to see these rappers on the mic. Yes, yes, y'all. 1, 2, y'all. Yeah, yeah. And the echo chamber going. I'm like, damn,
yes.
How can I get down? So when I found out the dude lived in the neighborhood, I decided to be a crate carrier, and I carried his crates along with the other guys to his place. And as he was putting the crates away, he used to show me some DJ techniques on the turntable. So I said, So I learned how to DJ and scratch and all that stuff. I used stuff away. And so I didn't want to leave. But I had to go anyway because it was curfew. So
the street lights came on?
Yeah. You know, I had to go back there in my building back home. And so what happened was I learned how to DJ. So it started out as I was a break dancer. I was
break dancer too. Okay.
I break dance. I did everything. I was a break dancer. Then I became a DJ, and then I got tired of the DJ thing. So I wanted to be on the stage, like, you know. So that's when me and the group got together. But the funny thing is, the brother that put the group together, his name was MBG. His name Greg. They call him MBG as a rapper. So he put the group together, and the funny thing is, he wanted us to go to Connecticut to perform at his cousin's club, right? When I told my mother I wanted to do a show, my mother wasn't having it. But when she knew it was him, she was like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "Well,
Oh,
damn."
he had the juice.
Like,
He had the juice.
yeah, because all the parents, they loved him in the neighborhood because he was a school graduate. He did the right thing, and my mother used to be like, "You need to be like him." I'm like, I got tired of hearing. I even tell him that. I tell him that all the time. He laughed. I said, "Well, I gotta be like him," but I got a pass. I went to Connecticut, New Haven, and started performing and all of that. And back then, we didn't have a group name, so it was like they called us, because I used to be called Charlie D before I was Charlie Prince. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they used to call us Charlie D and the Crew because we didn't have a name, But then when we got back, we ended up coming up with a name. It started out with the Devilish Three, and then we found out somebody else had that name. And then we came up with the Dynamic Three, and that's when we started doing our recordings and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But back to the Roof is on Fire thing, and when my mother heard that curse and was kind of mad, we got mad. But that was the song. Request Line was the song that pretty much got us to perform in other states. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. So what would you say, what do you think is your most popular song that really got y'all out? Would you say it's the Request Line or the Roof is on Fire? Or it's equal?
I thought, Request Line, I looked at it on Request Line.
Okay.
But I never ever thought that the Roof is on Fire was going to be one of the most worldwide singing chants, because
isn't it funny how the people pick, you might have something in mind that you think is going to be it, but it's the people that pick what's going to be the favorite.
And the funny thing about it is, you could ask a young generation right now, you ever heard of Rockmaster Scott and the Dynamic Three? They say, no. You say, you ever heard of The Roof? The Roof. They say, yeah. but that was the Roof. They started it. They said,
exactly.
I hear it on TV shows. I hear it on movies like
yes.
What's his name? Chris Rock, when he did Head of State. And when he was in the White House being the president, the black president, he was like, the roof. And I was like, oh.
Yo, not only that, House Party. It's in a lot of
I was about to say, it's like the house party anthem, Anybody who's playing it.
Tyler Perry used it in House of Pain.
Yes.
This guy, what's his name? Who got the game show? What's his name? Steve Harvey. He used it in one of his episodes. And then you got some white rock groups that used it. So that's ching, because every time they use it, or even if the movie is not playing here and playing in other countries, that's ching still. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I'm with ASCAP, and ASCAP, monitors everything. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
And it's funny because back in the days, I used to hate repeats. But shoot, repeat that show.
You said play that shit again.
Even Eminem used it,
Really? But see, go ahead. What was you saying?
Yeah, he used it in 8 Mile,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like hearing it was all over the place. Rock groups like The Roof, sometimes they say it all messed up, but I don't care. As long as they say,
As long as you getting that check, that's what I'm talking about. Listen, which brings me to my next point of everything that you're saying right now. That's why I think it's important for us to continue to move forward, keep shedding light and bridge the gap between the old school and the new school, the pioneers, that paved the way for us and other artists to come after you guys, because you guys are the reason why we're doing it. You understand? And it's important. It's so important for people to understand and know where the influencers came from. Oh, he got the King Cup. Look at you. You really you. I see you. He is not playing. He said King. He mean that. Y'all see it. But yeah, so I appreciate. Yes, check out his cup, y'all.
That's a nice cup.
Check out the cup. That's what I'm talking about. He ain't playing. All right.
I said that one up.
But yeah, it's so important for people, like if you don't know, you might be repeating something and you don't even know where you got it from. It's important to know where you got it from so we could pay our respects to those who paved the way for us. It's so important. Now you produce too, right?
Absolutely.
All right. So talk to me about how you got into doing that, when you started doing that, and who are the people besides you. I'm sure you produce your own stuff that you produce for.
When I started doing producing, it took me some time when it came to the producing part because I didn't really know how to work the studio equipment that good. And
Mm-hmm.
so I had stuff out back then, but the quality wasn't that great. So I just ended up taking it off the map, you know what I'm saying? And then some stuff I redid over because I got
Mm-hmm.
better at what I did, you know what I'm saying? But
Yes.
hip hop, although I'm one of the founding fathers in the industry,
Mm-hmm.
I give props to the generation that's trying to do it as well. But I have one problem. Like, I don't know. I know you heard this song, Bad Bougie. Remember that
Bad
song?
Bougie?
Bad and Bougie. I think it's a Meg Thee Stallion song.
That I'm thinking.
I think so. I'm
Okay.
not sure. I don't know. I know
Now,
I heard the
Wait,
song.
my nigga is Bad and Bougie. That one?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's the
Which one?
Migos. Migos.
You talking about the Migos?
whoever they are,
Yeah,
Is that
Migos.
one? I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's the Migos.
Some one of them rappers.
and you know, I'm the type of person, you know, when I hear somebody, I like to Google their lyrics.
Okay. Y'all. Get
And
ready.
when I Google the lyrics, and it's bad when you Google the lyrics and still can't read it. You know what I'm saying? And when I heard that song, I was like, wait a minute, I'm trying to stay on track with this dude, but I can't because the stuff that he's saying is like, but when
Wait, you talking about, does it start off with raindrop, drop top, bring on
Yeah.
the hot pot, bring it, bring on this, I got it. I got the melody though.
I Googled the lyrics and I was trying to, I played it and I'm sitting there trying to read it. And I'm trying, oh man, this is not me. I said, this is a whole new era. And you know,
It is.
and I said, and then when I really looked at this, the mumble jumble rap, you know, some people are good at it, but the origin of the mumble jumble is when they was auctioning us on slavery. In slavery, when they used to 24, 24, 24, 34, 34, 34. So, you know what I'm saying? That's where the origin of mumble jumble really came from because that's how they sold us, you know?
Okay.
And so I like my lyrics to be remembered and heard, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know, and some of these mumble jumble raps sound good, but I said to myself, okay, I'm thinking about jacking the beat. And so I should be done. You know? You know?
Okay.
I don't like to see a good beat wasted. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
If I hear a beat and I know I could do something better, I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. Okay. So you thought? Go ahead.
I'm gonna say the mumble rap. The reason it's here now because this kid's attention span anyway. It's just it's quick, so it comes in and it goes. The mumble rap has a new song every week. That's why it's so actually lasts that long because it's so much of it being piled on every week. You know that mumble rap is.
You see the record companies, as long as the record companies getting money,
yeah,
they don't mind.
Damn.
They'll put it out there. They'll say it's a hit and everything, and it becomes a hit in one sense because what they do is the record companies, they finance the stations on regular rotation.
That's right.
And once it's regular rotated, you may not like that song at the moment, but you're gonna find yourself singing the chorus to the hook or whatever. You know, you be like, damn, wait, I didn't like this song, but I'm catching myself singing it. You know what I'm saying? It's a mind thing. You know?
Yeah, yes. Well, that's how they do it. They constantly keep playing it, and next thing you know, it's your favorite song. What last week you said, what the hell are they talking about? This week you like, turn that up. That's my joint.
You may not get the lyrics, but you'll get that hook.
Yes,
you know
definitely will. But to their defense, to the mumble rappers' defense, I gotta say, because I'm with BMI, right? So you know how these performance right organizations, they send you information on what you can do and how you can write a better song, etc. Right? So some of the things that they say, is to keep it simple so that people can remember it. You know what I mean? And I believe that that's how these artists are doing. They're probably like, okay, people just want to dance and they just want to say the hook and keep it so simple that it doesn't take much. But then you got other people who really care about the craft, and musicians and writers that really, that's like, nah, I gotta put some content behind this.
We used
somebody
to do,
like you.
Yeah, we used to doing verses, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
A verse, a hook, a verse, a hook, you know what I'm saying? But nowadays, you know, it's funny because when I was at recording one day, I did a mumble jumble rap song one day, and I just kept playing it over and over, and then something just said, "This is not me." I deleted the whole track.
Hey, you got to do what works for you.
Yeah, I said, this is not me. I feel like I'm following and not being a founding father.
Ooh, that's what I'm talking about.
You know, I'm not.
Yes.
I can't follow behind something that I already created from the beginning. You know what I'm
There
saying?
you go.
So,
and that's what we need, King Charlie Prince. We need leaders in this industry. I think a lot of people that's out and even, you know, that's out and doing their thing, they are not leading. They are trying to follow behind the kids now. And then I think that that's causing an issue, because when they say, well, what's happening to the music? Oh, they talking about this. Every woman's a bitch and this and that. They only talk about killing and shooting, but you ain't leading. We need leaders in this game. Okay?
You know what it is? I'm going to say what it is what happened with the older generations, the ones that came along. Some of them forget that their core fans still like listening to their music. So when they start to follow the kids, they lose the fans that they actually had from the beginning. You know, and that's what's happening a lot. Because I still follow a lot of the old school music. I listen to that stuff, but I would like to hear more of them, what they're doing, instead of trying to copy what these young kids are doing.
Yeah, that wouldn't be, you wouldn't be yourself then. You'll be a follower, you know, and I can't. I'm like, I can't follow the leader. I'm the leader. You know what I'm saying?
Right, definitely.
You know, now if you want to mumble jumble on a track with me, fine, you can mumble, but I'm gonna do what I do my way. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You know, I can let you feature, but I'm still gonna do it my way. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You can mumble your way, but this is how it's gonna be done. You know,
and you're staying true to yourself, because that's what's important nowadays in this music industry. To get on, you got to sound like somebody else and be like somebody else. Do it how they did it, like it's a one size fit all, and it's not. But before, it was about originality.
Yeah. Can you imagine Nas mumble jumbling?
No.
Kim, I can't. You can't even imagine. But there's one guy from the old school that did mumble jumble, Busta Rhymes.
Busta Rhymes?
Yeah, he was. But
yes, he did.
He did, but you can understand what he's saying.
Exactly.
I could understand what he was saying compared to what you hear now.
On my songs. I said, Busta did it, you know, but you understood what he said. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know, I'm not gonna say a word and I can't. And sometimes people just make up words, because if they can't find a rhyme to that word, they'll make up a word. You know what I'm saying?
That's why when you were saying that, you know, BMI, they send you the things that tell you keeping it simple. Mumble rap is not simple to me, because if I got to struggle and my brain is burning to understand what you're saying, it's not simple.
He said it's not simple.
I mean, you actually got to move your mouth. You know what I'm saying?
I can't take it. Oh, God.
That's too
Lord.
much. Nah, that's just too much for me. You know, I might could fit in a mumble jumble 3 words and then go back to regular, you know, but I ain't gonna do no whole song straight through mumble. No.
Yeah. You know who else said that? I don't know if y'all seen this clip of Snoop Dogg where he said that he was in, was it Snoop? Yeah, he was rapping and stuff like that, trying to sound like the young kids. And then he just stopped and said, man, turn that shit off. That's not how I rap. I was cracking the hell up, because it's like, yo, you try it. Because you said, let me feel this out. You know, me as an artist, I understand that. You still want to kind of stay up with the times a little bit. You know what I mean? You do. You have to evolve. That's why, for me, I believe that I respect the new artists too, because there was a time when you got this different times of generations. We have to learn how to accept and embrace, and then you can teach along the way. That's how we bridge that gap, you know, between, because we're separated in this culture of hip hop, you know, and I just believe that even all of us, if we just came together, it would be even more support for one another.
And that's why I said I will collaborate with a mumble jumble rapper, but I'm still gonna be me no matter what.
That's right. That's the important part.
You know? But now you got both crowds. You know what I'm saying? You got the old school crowd and you got the young crowd. They be like, "Oh, you heard that mumble jumble rapper? Then you heard that old school brother." You know,
right.
But I'm not gonna go and do the mumble jumble. You know, I do 2 words of mumble jumble and then go back to regular. But that's just too much for me. I can't do it.
I hear you.
When you look at the industry now, how do you feel about it when you see it the way it is?
I look at it like this. The industry today is, a lot of these artists are not really getting paid. I know that for a fact. These record companies, those who's down with record companies are not getting paid, okay? Those who put their own stuff out there, they need to know the business very well to get paid. Right. So I'm the type of person like this. I've been in the business so long to the point I studied it. I don't just get in the business, get into something and not study it. You know what I'm saying? And I've learned how to get my songs licensed. I joined Harry Fox Agency. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Joined ASCAP. You know, I got publishing companies that constantly pay me. So I stay on top of things, you know what I'm saying? The young generation today, you know, we can look at videos all day, but they can make videos look real. They can make you look like you're carrying a suitcase full of money. But at the end of the day, they say, all right, that was just a video. Bring the money back. You know what I'm saying?
You know Give my shit back. No, wait.
So we don't know if it's real money we don't know if it's their money. It's just a video being shot. I could do a scene and say, all right, I'm gonna need a case full of money, but you can have it back after the video is shot. You know what I'm saying? And
most definitely,
it's called the green screen. You know what I'm saying? The green screen can make you look like you could do a video in the Bronx, and it can make you look like you in London somewhere, but you really in the Bronx never been nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh!
So I don't fall victim to the video shoot scenes and stuff like that because they probably home, you know, and not overseas. I've been there. I've been overseas. I've done travel throughout the world. You know what I'm saying? My songs is like that one song, The Roof alone, is in London, France, Japan, everywhere you name. Because every time, you know, when I get my statements, it shows everything, all the countries, and I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you, would you say that you feel that you, do you get more support outside the country? I hear a lot of artists say, yo, you got to travel overseas. You get way more, you get more respect. People put, you know, they support you more. Is that true?
That's a fact.
It is, okay.
They show you more love there than here. Here, we're in too much competition with each other. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, like, I got a song out called The Interview. You know, the stuff that I was saying on it was like, you got legends that don't even respect other legends. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, because they too busy trying to build themselves back up. You know what I'm saying? But if we come together, you know, and I made a statement one time. I said, they could be interviewing one legend, and as soon as the press say, that's the guy that made The Roof is on fire, then the press gonna run from him and run over there. You know what I'm saying? And he'd be standing there like, wait, what about me?
Right. Yeah.
But, you know, legends gotta look out for legends. I like to look out, you know, for people. You know, if I know people want to do something, I'm gonna make it happen. You know?
Yes. I think that's important. Like
dedication.
Yes, definitely. I think in this genre of music, again, and I'm gonna keep saying this, we have to learn how to pay respect to those who paved the way. And we can't, like, when you look at other genres, it doesn't matter what age they are. The other people still embrace and love them. And then for us, everything is like a taboo. Like some people don't even want to hear the word. It like, oh, if it's new school, if it's old school, somebody take offense to that. But it's not like, my thing is embrace that. Embrace the fact that, you know what, you can call it what you want, but I paid the way for other artists that's coming behind me. So it shouldn't be a bad word to say, okay, if this is considered old school or new school, you know, people shouldn't have an issue with that. You know, that's why when I say it, I make sure I put legend and pioneers with that, just to make sure that people understand. To me, when you say old school, it comes with legend and pioneers. It all wraps into one.
You know, I always say this. If a comedian is not too old to do comedy, and if a singer ain't too old to sing, then an MC ain't too old to MC.
Thank you.
It's just being mature at it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You're mature after a while. Because now, I got to the point now, I don't like to just stick to one subject. I talk about a little of this and a little bit of that, you know?
Right.
Songs, you know, that's pointing the government out. You know what I'm saying? I got songs that's a party song. I got songs that, you know, talk about a different, you got to know how to talk about stuff.
Versatile.
Right. And sometimes I would listen to old school songs, and it don't even have to be a rap song. It could be an old song. If I hear something in that song, I can use as a title. I'm going to take that little piece and say, I can use that as a title. And then I write something based on that song. Some people can make a title and can't write to the title. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I'm like that too. When I write something, it's two things that I need. I need the beat to tell me a story first, because that's how I write. Some people just, I just write. No, the producer is important for me, because I see a vision when I hear the beat. But then after that, I have to know what I'm talking about. So for me, I like content, and that's why I respect artists with content.
Yeah, that's me too. When I hear the beat, I try to see what can I write to this. You know what I'm saying? I don't start rapping. No, I come up with something. You know. But
now back on the old school, new school thing. I'm gonna say, and this is just my personal opinion. I think a lot of the reason that the old school, new school thing became a battle is because the record labels control the message of who should be popular. So they have made it a habit of pushing out. Oh, as you get a certain age, they've made it a habit of pushing you out. Like if you don't belong here, you know, and they want to keep it young, because as long as you control the young mind, you control the money. You know,
That's a good point. You agree, or you?
I agree. Everybody have became self-centered in this business now. Everybody's for themselves, and I like I said, I can't work with people who always have excuses.
Right,
you know?
right.
Too many excuses is a sign of weakness to me. You know what I'm saying? When I say let's do this, let's do this. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Like,
that's right.
Now, when I hear your raps, when I heard your military joint, I was like, oh damn. I was like, damn, she pinpointing all kind of shit. That's police department, fire hose, or whatever. I know it was a black movement type of song.
That's what I do.
And I started telling people, I said, that's her right there. I said, I
appreciate that.
Yeah, I was sending your videos to people on pages. I mean, they're on inboxes and stuff. I was like, yo, check out. Listen what you're saying. You know? But yeah. When I started purchasing your stuff on iTunes, you know.
I appreciate that.
I got no more money on my card right now. So
I can't say it. Hurry up and re-up. Now what he's saying.
I gotta go and get an Apple card so I can get some.
Oh my God. So
know?
let me ask you this. What do you think could be better in the industry right now? Knowing like how it used to be before, what would you change now and bring it back to make it fit how the culture started?
Well, one, we got to get that self-destruction back out on the market.
You already know.
And we have to pinpoint things that's not happening. that's not right. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
No, you know, and dedicated to the young generation, and we gotta come together in this thing and stop being so much against each other. Don't act like because you got the most money that you're better. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Because your song could come and go. My song will last forever. You know what I'm saying? So we got to come together in the hip hop industry, and I call it hip hop. I don't even like to call myself a rapper. You know what I'm saying? I'm an MC. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
MC came. If you really look at the word, then they come with it started out as an MC, then it went to rap, then it became trap. You see what I'm saying? And what they did, they took the T off trap. They added T to rap and made it trap. You know what I'm saying? And all together it became crap. You know what
Oh
I'm
my
saying?
God! I can't take it. Oh no!
You're gonna have a lot of angry trap rappers.
MC to rap.
I have learned to appreciate the trap music. I do. Now
this is what you do on the trap music. You know, I ain't mad at them. You know, because you know, music is music. It's just you just got to know how to say certain things on your music. You know, a different type of music in this industry today, and I ain't hating on nobody because I'm gonna still keep doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right. That's right. You got a question?
You lost me.
Oh, I thought you had something. Well, one of the other, we're going to talk about something personal right now. Not personal to you, but just what's going on right now. I want your opinion on how do you feel about the whole pandemic and the sex trafficking. Do you mind giving your opinion on that? If you don't want to talk about that, it's fine. But I would like to know, you know, what you think about that.
Well, for one, this is not nothing new. It's been going on for centuries. You know what I'm saying? And it's just we starting to, you know, do more research now and finding out more things. You know,
yes.
You know, it's like they don't mind you knowing the truth, and they don't mind you telling certain people. They worry when you got too many followers.
Yes.
Because when you got too many followers, then you come up missing.
Because people are listening, yes.
And they say, we got to stop him. But yeah, it's terrible. It's messed up how the system is. The system is so corrupt. And I always tell people, he who prescribes the diameter of your thinking and learning controls the circumference of your activity.
Yes.
You know? So whatever he put in, he knows what's going to come out of it. You know, so he taught us wrong, so he know how we going to act. You know what I'm saying? This coronavirus, and I say it again, is man-made. It was set up, and it's for control purposes, basically.
Yes.
You know? They want to see who they can control, and they did a good damn job, and to control the people. But everybody was down, you know what I'm saying? It was like all around the world, you know what I'm saying? And the system is corrupt all the way to the top. It doesn't matter what you say. I don't care. The way I see politics, first of all, it's, to me, the one you think is for you is in cahoots with the one that ain't for you.
Yep. Because
behind closed doors, they having lunch together, they partying together. Like your lawyer going against my lawyer, but at lunchtime, they having lunch in the same restaurant.
Exactly.
You know well, I don't trust none of that. You know what I'm saying? And
I always say the politicians are like watching wrestling. You know, in the ring, they're all enemies, and then after they get behind stage, they high five at each other.
I call it politics. Politics.
I like that. I like that one.
That's what they doing. They tricking us, you know, telling us if you vote. I mean, think about it. Yeah, they tell you vote for the lesser evil. Really?
Right.
That's like me voting for the man that would break just my arm and my legs, but not vote for the one that's gonna shoot me. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Who would you vote for? None of them.
Some people would say, well, I could probably get through the broken arm, but I'm not really so sure that I can live through the bullet, though. You know what I mean? Some people might say that. That's what they thinking.
But it's a mind thing. It's
That message has worked on Black people for a long time. It's kept us from actually going out and actually finding or even grooming candidates that are from our community, because they've tricked us into don't vote for this guy because he's not that guy. You know, that's all it is. They never have a real message.
Exactly. So you know, they'll fight each other in the public, and behind closed doors, they shaking hands and betting on this whole thing.
Yep.
Right.
So I don't get involved in politics because I already know it's a dirty game. You know, especially if they got electoral on college. You know, that's really pulling the strings. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's so much going on in this world. You know, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but I always talk about, and I know you got to know this, Queen, the straw man.
The straw man?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't.
Okay.
Please, brother, school me on the straw man because I don't know.
Okay.
That's why I love talking to people and having people on. I always learn something new.
Okay. The straw man is, if you ever look at every legal document, you ever notice the name is written in all capital letters?
Oh, okay, yes, I do know that. Okay, yep.
Okay, that's not proper grammar.
Yep.
But what happens is when you sign your signature, you just made a contract agreement for them to own you.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So what they did was since it sounded the same, we believed it was the same thing. But in reality, it's not proper grammar, because if you was to take a test to write your name the proper way and you wrote it in all uppercase, you'll fail. You see? But they put everything on legal documents in all caps, which is an artificial name, a corporation, and they attach the social security number to that corporate name, which is really a tax identification number. You understand? And so now they enslaved us corporately, made us into debt, put us in debt. You know what I'm saying? Because one day I was in the courtroom. The judge called my name. And I already knew the name on the document was on all uppercase. So I said, "Are you calling the name from off your document, sir?" And he said, "Yes, sir." I said, "Well, with all due respect, and for the record, that's not my name." Because I already knew it said the state of New York against, and had the name in all caps. And so I already knew it. He said, "Well, can you state your name for the record?" I said, "Well, for the record, my name is upper lowercase, proper grammar, proper noun." Then I stated the name. I said, "Now look at your document and you tell me, does that document says exactly how I said my name?" They threw the case out.
Wow.
Because they already knew they wasn't dealing with no fool and no corporation. You know what I'm saying?
Let me take some notes to get my stone out. Okay, drop the lowercase. I don't want to play it, but no, I feel you though.
This is one of the reasons why they always want to appoint attorneys to you, because they don't want you to expose to the court the truth. So as soon as you start talking, the first thing they say, control your client. You know what I'm saying? And if you keep talking, then they hold you in contempt. And you know why they hold you in contempt? Because they want to put fear in the rest of the audience.
Yep.
You see? And think about it. And think about it. In slavery, when the slave tried to escape and they caught him, what they do? They whipped him
in front of everybody
to put fear in them. And that's what they do in courtroom. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So one day, they held me in contempt one time, and I knew what they did. I was like, oh, okay. Because I learned about the flag. If you notice, outside the court building, the flag is red, white, and blue. But then when you get in the courtroom, it's red, white, and blue with yellow fringes around it. That's a military flag. And everybody know when it comes to war, there are no rules. You understand? So they're going to cheat you out the Constitution. Every time you try to talk about the Constitution, you're going to end up losing the battle because that's a military flag. So they called me, and I knew about the flag. I said, no, I can hear you from here. He said, come to the front. I said, I can hear you from here. So they sent their goons out there. They came and got me. They held me in contempt for a couple of hours. And then when they called me back later on, I said about 5 hours, they said, the judge asked me, well, I ain't gonna call him the judge. He's a magistrate because God is my judge. But The magistrate said, why you didn't come when I called you? I said, it's quite obvious. I said, that flag behind you is not a national flag. That's a military flag. And you're not going to play fair by the rules. This is a war. You understand? So he was like, that's just your belief. I said, no. I said, here's the document to show you. I showed him the laws about the flag, and he let me go. You know?
Everybody, call King Charlie Prince before you go to court, okay?
Right.
Listen, I want to bring it back. Let's bring it back because we don't have that much time. So I definitely want to get back into your music. But thank you for dropping those jewels and that knowledge on us. This is I love this information for real. Do you have any new projects out right now or coming out that you're working on?
Well, I'm working on an album called I Am 666.
Tell us about that.
Well, the way I designed the album cover is a number 7. And the 666 is going down the back of the 7. So when you look at the number 7, 7 represents God, because God on the 7th day was his day. Now you look at 666, we have 6 neutrons, 6 electrons, and 6 electrons, whatever, you know. Anyway, it represents, if you do 3 times 6, you got what? 18, right?
Yes.
Okay. And 1 plus 8, and you put the plus in between the 1 and 8, you got 1 plus 8, which is 9. 9 represents complete, born. You understand? So now
I didn't know that. Okay.
So you got 7, which is God, and born, letting the people know that our God is born. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. I like that. All right.
Because see, a lot of people thought the numbers, they always thought 666 was a bad number.
Right.
Like I said, he who prescribes the diameter of your thinking and learning controls the circumference of your activity. So they made us to think that.
That's right.
When you really look it up and find out, you're gonna be like, damn, I didn't lie. You know what I'm saying? So
I've read a book on that too.
So the name of the album is called I Am 666.
And when will that be coming out? Do you have a release date?
25 years from now. No, I'm just joking.
I ain't gonna make it, y'all. Tell me how it is.
No. I'm trying.
Oh God.
I'm trying to get it out within 4 more months, you know, because at this time I'm still pushing my other stuff right now. So I don't want to, keep, putting stuff out there so fast,
Right. Okay. So right now, what you have out right now that you want, until then, tell people where they can get what you're pushing at this moment before the new album.
Well, right now I'm pushing my album called The Interview. I'm pushing my album also called Long Live Decay.
All right.
And I'm also, even though me and the group, not really together like that no more, I still push the album that we did as well, or The Roof's Still on Fire.
That's right. Okay.
And a lot of my stuff is on iTunes, Amazon, Apple, Tidal, on all of the music sites. It's everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And
so on all major platforms, people can go download your music right now.
Absolutely.
All right, y'all. Y'all hear that? Legend of the Game, support this pioneer in hip hop, and make sure y'all go. Yeah. No, we got 3. I got like 2 or 3 more questions. So I just want to tell people so that they know: Spotify, Apple, iTunes, Amazon, I'm sure everywhere where you can stream or download or get or purchase his music is there. So make sure y'all go and download that now. You said you had a question?
Now, hey, I got a question, and I know it's a question everybody always asks artists. When you do your projects, do you ever think about, like, if you look at new artists and old artists, do you ever have a preference to say, hey, maybe I would like to work with one? Do you have any specific artist in mind
that I would want to work with?
Yeah.
Some aspects, yeah, but sometimes it'd be hard to say their names, you know what I'm saying? I don't know their names. You know,
everybody is little something. That's easy.
I can't figure out their names though. You know, 'cause they come up with all these different names now. You know, they don't keep it playing. But yeah, I would love to work with other artists. You know, I don't care if they are mumble jumble rappers. You know, maybe they can show me something that I didn't see. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay. All right. What advice do you want to give to the people and to artists mainly watching? What advice would you give as someone who's a veteran in the game?
Instead of calling our women B words and our brothers the N word, you know, we need to change our vocabulary, you know, and start using the queen word and the king word. You know what I'm saying? We got to elevate ourselves, because if nobody elevate us, who else going to do it? We got to elevate ourselves, you know, because nobody's going to respect us if we don't have respect for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? I always say, yes, Black lives do matter, but Black unity matters as well. That's first. You got to unify in order for them to respect, you know?
That's
so,
right.
Yeah, we got to change our dialogue, our lyrics in our songs, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And we got to start educating in our lyrics, because just like I learned my ABCs listening to Jackson 5. ABC, it's easy as 1, 2, 3, you know what I'm saying? Learning it, you know? And if you ever notice, right, we didn't learn our ABCs just saying it. It was like a singing song.
Yeah.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Yeah.
Tell you, if we put rhythm to our teachings and our lyrics, people will catch on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We got to have a rhythm and the right teachings so people can catch on. You know, so I'm at the point now. I'm about to take some of the mumble jumble rappers beats and do like Rakim said. This is how it should be done. You know what I'm saying?
I hear that. Oh my God. I hear you. Is there anything that you want to tell the people that are watching that we didn't ask you? Is there anything that you want? Anything, doesn't matter what it is.
Not really.
So we touched on everything.
Pretty much. You know, but we're gonna definitely have to do this one again, because it's a story behind the Rockmaster Saturday Dynamic Group. You know what I'm saying?
Listen. Let's set something up to do another one for sure. I know. Look, we get 1 hour. You know that we try to put everything in, but listen, you welcome to come on this platform as many times as possible. You're always welcome here. We appreciate everything that you do and appreciate the platform, not the platform, you paying the way for artists. So listen.
The show.
Yes, for sure. Again, can you just give your social medias out again so people know where to follow you and where to get your stuff?
I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. That's King Charlie Prince. And always remember, it's King Charlie together. Space Prince. King Charlie together. I don't want you looking for my name and type King space Charlie space Prince. No, it's King Charlie together.
Okay.
Space Prince. You know, and on Instagram you can find me under the name The Youth on Fire. And I'm on. You Google my name where I explained it. You'll find a lot of stuff on me that you learn about me. And I'm everywhere on the internet. You can find me. And you can find me. You know what I'm saying?
You can find him all over on all social medias. You can find his music on all major platforms. And that's pretty much it. I want to thank you for coming on. And again, we're going to set something up again to bring you back, because I got to hear this story. I have got to hear this story. I want to hear this story.
I want to give the stories about when we did shows and stuff like that. Oh my God.
Okay. All right. So we're definitely going to set something up again. But I want to thank you. Keep being great. Keep putting out great music, okay? And keep showing us how it should be done. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. We rock it out with Lady Miz.
Thank you, Queen. And my brother, what's your name again?
King Charlie Prince.
It's Ray.
Ray. Oh, just Ray? Okay.
That's right. He said that it's just going to be Ray.
I ain't getting no animated.
That's a simple name, right? Just Ray. Okay. And it ain't Ray Charles or something like that.
Just call me Ray.
You know what? You can go with the Navy boy, but you don't want to do it. That's all.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Queen.
It would be what I have with my social media. It would be Bronx Navy boy. But
So we got two Bronx people right here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Listen, we really enjoyed you on the show. Thank you again for your great music, great content, for educating us. We're about to be out, but we will be in touch soon to hear that story. Okay? Peace out, y'all. Later.
DJ, please pick up your phone. I'm on the request line. DJ, please pick up your phone. I'm on the request line.
What would you like to hear?
Yo, my name is Earl. Can I speak to one of the Dynamic 3?
Okay, hold on. Hello, the request line.
Hi, my name is Joanne. I'm from down south, and I'd like to talk to one of the Dynamic 3.
Here's Charlie Prince.
Hey, Charlie Prince on your request line. I would like to know your name and your zodiac sign. Say what? You a Scorpio just like me, and I'd like to let you know that I'm nasty. If you give me the chance, would you fly, girl? I bet you any amount of money I can rock your world. Because when I'm in the mood to get things done, the hotel is the place we can have big fun. And if it doesn't sound right and you don't agree, let's go to my house, cause I got the key. I don't have a water bed, and the reason's why, because it's not necessary. Don't need to lie, so if you wanna be my girl, you must come correct. And you might be the girl that I would select, cause I'm the heavens above, but known to be the prince love. When it come to meeting me, you do have to show.